Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Geek Out Corner, and I'm Bear. This is part 3 of our Getting into Souls-like with Liza P. We are going to be tackling Chapter 2. If you've liked the other ones, the other videos I've made for Chapter 1 and Chapter 1, and really getting into Souls games and understanding certain aspects of Souls games, please like and share. Press the subscribe button, do all that cool shit, right? Yay! But I'm going to be trying to keep these videos to around 30 minutes. There are some areas that, and again, it all kind of depends on how much I talk. I talk a lot, I know, but it all kind of depends on how big the area is going to be. So certain chapters are going to be multiple episodes. Certain chapters are going to be able to be done in one episode. So without further ado, let's go ahead and go in to chapter 2 officially and get to the first Stargazer. Now you will come here later on. Yeah, you can purchase items from Polandina at the hotel. He doesn't have all items, but he has a good amount of items such as Legion magazines, which refill your Legion bar, Fable Catalyst, and then later on when you start expanding his shop wares with things that you find, upgrades for your P organ, which we will be able to go through and upgrade at a later time, actually at the end of this chapter. So again, it kind of all depends on how much I talk during this. Again, I want to try and keep all episodes to about 30 minutes. We will see how that works. Yay, look, there goes
Let's be more careful. The Black Rabbit
Remnant Brotherhood.
I hate these guys. But don't be alarmed. My name is Gemini. We'll talk later when we're safe.
So, here's the first Stargazer in chapter 2. We can level up. No, we can't. Or can we? No. See, teleporting to another Stargazer. 1, 2, Elysian Boulevard entrance. Talk with Gemini.
Gemini, your friendly puppet guide. Or friendless.
See? And that was using the puppet string. Pulls you towards you. Now remember, check everywhere. Down here. You have 2 puppets and a item that you can pick up. Star fragments. Star fragments are so important. So there's an aspect in certain bosses that you can use summons. And I will show you that once we get to the end of chapter 2, where you can go ahead and use your first summons. You can buy these later on in game, but you do get a fair amount of star fragments at the beginning of game. Or just through the game. So this is going to be another shortcut area that you can come back to. So there are 3 things here. There's a guy over there by there that will get up. There's a guy that has a gun, and then there's a dog once you start making your way. You can just lure the dog right over here so that you don't have to worry about the guy with the gun. Now, mind you, once the dog sees you, the other 2 will start getting up, just like they did. Just make this simple for yourself. Lure. them around. These are chests. They are located in every chapter, at least something. This one has the Lada F-150 frame. Again, that's a defensive part. You go to your main menu, you look at your defensive parts, and now you're going to have a 15.85 point reduction for damage that you intake. But it also goes from 2.4 units of weight to 10. Or no, it goes up 2.4. So it went up from 7.6 to 10. You have enough capacity base game for at least the first 2 to 3 chapters. You come around here, you go up this ladder. Now again, if you're playing this on PC, I challenge you to try and run this on mouse and keyboard. You don't have to. I'm just a mouse and keyboard nut. I think it's easier. So, once we come around this corner, there's going to be a puppet that's going to pop out. On the other side, there's going to be a puppet with a gun that's going to try and shoot you. So do this fast. Okay, so he doesn't get aggroed until... Now, let's come over here. Get a sawtooth wheel and your first shortcut in Chapter 2. So if you look right over here, right down there, you can see the Stargazer. So instead of having to go around and go through everything that you just did, you can go through and just go up the ladder and keep on going if you die. Now, there is fall damage. You do want to come around here and grab this, Jiminy's Emergency Protection. So let's say that you die, right? And you drop your ergo, your souls, where you died. You can use Jiminy's Emergency Protection to protect that ergo. So if you try and just run back to where you dropped your ergo, every damage you take, you have ergo taken away from your dropped ergo. But with the Jiminy's Emergency Protection, it protects it for a certain amount of time. Now, let's just say that you come up to an enemy, he hits you a couple of times, takes away some ergo. However, if you defeat that enemy, you regain that ergo back to where your ergo drop, but then you also get the ergo that you for defeating that enemy. Now here's an elite. See, dim ergo fragment, throwing cell, and a star fragment. You're just going to go up here. There's going to be 3 people in total. The guy right there, that guy right there. So you would have normally taken a little bit more damage if you were in a higher difficulty. But again, we're in Butterfly's guidance. They're not trying to punish you. They're trying to make sure that you enjoy the game. Attribute, resistance, ampule. So you will start seeing certain status effects that start coming up in this chapter for, I believe it's shock or electric. You'll see here in a bit when they start doing the throwing cells at you. Let this guy come over here. Just come to the door. He's going to come. There's going to be a guy that's going to try and shoot you. That will take away that status effect that's built up. There's another one that you can get that actually gives you a higher ability resistance. So you see that there is that item right there. However, right around the corner is an enemy. Be careful. They like to hide things everywhere, especially enemies. All right. Come back over here. Come down here. Electric Blitz Abrasive. So you can activate certain things on your weapon. This is essentially like a coating for your weapon. Let's go down here. When you see a ladder, go down it, right? There's Homeboy right there. Hidden Moonstone. See, you find all these cool things. And like I said, you get over here to open up the shortcut. Now again, this is if you want to go further, don't want to deal with everything that's right there. You still will have to deal with them because you're coming up this way. Is that everything? Yeah, that's everything right there. You will have to deal with those two, the guy with the chimney sweep and the guy with the gun. So let me see if I can show you one more thing up here. See Homeboy right there? He's going to throw... Let me show you. Let me just get hit by this. See, electric shock. Go into your bag. Use the resistance ampule. Oh, the resistance ampule is what raises your defense against it. The other one is what takes it away. Let's go back over here real quick. Wait. This is a new sound effect that I have not heard yet. This area you want to kind of go through fast. There is a guy right there. A plunging attack. See, if you can run around them, do this. They hit hard. They really do. And there's going to be another guy right on over here. Gets them out of their animation, which is going to be their attack. You're going to go up this ladder. And up this ladder. Now you're going to be able to deal with the two guys that were throwing shit at you. This is trying to teach you that falling down mechanism that I did, but I want to go grab this real quick. Now, you see that guy? You can lock onto them and fall. go back this way. Pick up that Frozen Man's letter. And that is it. I'll let you read that. Now we're coming up to the second elite of the area. He is guarding a box. Oh, it's because... Let's go ahead and use some Fable. Heal. See how he comes around? As soon as they start coming down with their attack, you want to try and block. Because then you can get perfect guards like that. Yay! Got him staggered. Let's go ahead and just... He's done. Let's sharpen our blade. Life amulet. Now, you have 2 base slots for amulets. You can increase that up to 4 by the end of your first playthrough with your P organ. Life amulet gives you more HP, right? It increases your max HP. And look, there we go. Our HP is looking nice and fat. Here's the second Stargazer and the second merchant, which is right over there in that corner. Let's just go over there to her so she can level us up this time. Even though we can do it from the Stargazer, but it takes away her visage from the menu.
I'll use my power to help you.
Level up. Okay, 1 more in vitality, 1 more in vigor, and then the next one we're going to go ahead and do 1 more in vitality and then 1 in capacity, because we're going to need to start leveling our capacity by chapter 3 because of all of the things that we'll be having access to. We just need for 1 more level. There, we just needed to use 1. I'm going to go ahead and put it into capacity. Because you right now are still in your light mode. But you basically need it to where you can have more things added. Because you put it on an amulet. You have a slot for a second amulet. You're fixing to get more items for defensive part, and all that takes up weights of unit, or units of weight. So inside the house on Elysian Boulevard, let's go back over here. Now let's go talk to Homeboy right here.
Why, hello. I know.
Don't worry.
So he's going to have one of the items that you need for the achievement of all base game weapons, and that is going to be the electric coil stick head. This is a really good item. I do suggest getting it. And we're going to go ahead and just burn through the ergo that we have. except for the rare Ergo, because that's boss Ergo. You're going to want to keep that till you get to the end of chapter 4, where you're able to buy stuff with it. And that's another NPC you'll be dealing with. So now, purchase this. So this one again has Jiminy's emergency protection, but this one also has another one, Jiminy's iron protection. So let's say that you are going to an area that you know is going to be kind of hostile. There's going to be a lot of groups of enemies and you are scared that you're not necessarily leveled enough. You can use the Jiminy's iron protection so that in case you do die in that area, your Ergo goes with you to the Stargazer. Especially if you have a large amount, like you're showing like 2, 3, 4 levels of Ergo just because you haven't leveled up. You don't have to worry about possibly losing it again or having a reduced amount. This is going to be a shortcut that we will activate here in a bit. But for now, let's go ahead and go to our first side quest. Now, there's a guy right there, guy with the gun. However, right around the corner is that guy. Let's sharpen. There's going to be another guy coming around the corner. Now, you would think, oh, let's just go for that item. However, you don't want to, because he's going to start pelting you with shit. So, best thing to do is come over here to this ladder. Come up behind him. Fatal attack him. Now, again, you're thinking, oh, I can just go grab this item. Sure. Homeboy's going to come around. Now, you can easily come over here, grab this, go back over here, and go down this ladder. This is going to be the first area that you get your first ability for a side quest. You hear that guy? All the guys in white suits are elites, essentially. You're going to come to this window.
Who is it? Is that you?
And do this dialogue. You're going to make sure you go through this dialogue.
If only we Murphy.
Doggos. Now, you see those things? Those things are going to give you electric shock. Use your Legion arm, let it pop, let it go through that stuff, because this is another upgrade that you're fixing to get specifically for defense, because you're going to need it in the next boss. So we're around 25 minutes. I want to go ahead and get to at least the shortcut for back to the Stargazer. But you also want to make sure that you pick up everything. And again, remember, come through here. Sharpen. I think this one might go for about 35 minutes, and that's fine. Now, there's going to be people that bust through windows. Over there, further down, I believe. Or did we already get rid of everybody? I thought there was somebody that was going to come through here. And again, the more enemies you fight, the more ergo you get. This is going to be another shortcut that you open from the other side, and right by the shortcut back to the Stargazer. We have one more elite to go through. Did I pick up what was in that cart? Yeah. So, go back over here. It is going to be right here. No. Right here. Your converters. Your Workshop Union Standard Insulation Converter. This one increases the damage negation for electric blitz, things of that nature. Or electric blitz resistance, which is that electric shock, as well as makes it to where your electrical damages do more damage. Not by much, but a good amount. Especially base game. You're going to see upgrades to those the further you go in the game. This next little piece right here, you're going to be coming to a dimensional butterfly.
Jeepers. Is that a butterfly?
You want to try
Why is the ergo reacting like that?
and
If you want to check it out, I can
destroy all the dimensional butterflies, because they give you stuff like a hidden moonstone, motivity cranks, later on in certain areas, even quartz. Drop down. Here is the second quest that you can do. She's looking for her baby. You're going to find her once you get to the end of the chapter 2.
She said the baby was at City
She-
Hall. Should we
See.
check it out?
Now here is the next elite that you have to defeat, and he gives you a pretty good little weapon, that baton. Police baton is great. Now let's go ahead and see, Crot Police Baton. That's a great little weapon to have. Now, we are really close to the shortcuts that I was telling you about. Here's a doggo. They can block those. So let's just take care of this guy. Open up this shortcut. We don't need to anymore, but I like opening up every shortcut. Just in case you want to go back later, you might have forgotten something. Whatever, right? Go back up. Use the lift. We have it operational now, because before it was unoperational. And you have your shortcut. Now, in the next episode, we're going to go through a mini boss, a small little area, and then the main chapter boss, right? So let's go back here, rest, and go from there. Again, this next chapter, or this next episode, we have essentially two bosses. The first Stalker boss, and then the second chapter boss. Mini bosses give you a better haul of ergo, considering they're not going to give you a boss ergo for you, but we'll get into that. We'll also be coming up ahead with Geppetto right after the first mini boss. But till next time, guys, y'all stay geeky.